Does Google censor? Yes, all the time. Some of the apps Google censors is it doesn't allow apps like AdBlock to be on the Play Store anymore. And other apps it censors is anything to do with YouTube. Now, if you ever wondered why there's only one YouTube player on Android, but on iPhone you have all these third-party players with great features and all the filters and things you want, but you don't have it on the Android YouTube version, or why some of the older versions of YouTube for Apple iPhone are much better than the YouTube Android version, it's because Google censors and blocks anyone else uploading any other version of YouTube, accessing the YouTube API, but making it for Android. So these apps will either be, deleted, or they leave some fake ones up there that are useless to make it look like they don't censor. But if anyone actually made a good app, that app would disappear, or they'd just do some underhanded stuff just to get rid of it. And you can see, because there's been all these upstarts of YouTube apps that have all these great ideas, but they're small, and then Google basically kills them before they ever get a chance to become good, because they don't want anyone using anything but the main YouTube app. And again, any YouTube downloaders, YouTube always kills the downloaders as fast as it can. If the app just has the name TubeMate in it, the app will be killed. There's apps with like TubeMate uploaded to the Play Store about once every 20 days or 10 days, and that app is literally gone within an hour. Other apps, which are obviously scams, can take a few days or a month to get rid of, but if the app's name is TubeMate, it's gone instantly. And another way Google censors is, even in its design spec now, you have to have that Google search bar on your home screen of Android to be able to become Android certified. And that search bar cannot be modified. You can't access it with an accessibility setting. It's not using the Android, normal app rendering. It's using a web view. So if you have things that modify your Android system, like for me, in order to block news sites, any time the word news comes up, it comes up as the more strong word for nonsense. So I get a quick warning that, hey, I'm about to see some BS. But since it's using a web view, my Android system can't actually see that text through an accessibility setting, so it can't switch out those words for me. Again, so you can't filter. It doesn't allow any add-ons or plug-ons for its Google search. And you can even kind of see it in the way they design their phones. They don't have micro SD cards. And for a while there, they said they were going to release a phone called Project Aura, which is supposed to be the greatest phone that ever came out. And, it had all these modifications and everything you could do to it. But again, the day of release, they just say, oops, we're not releasing it. And the other thing Google does is it supports just all the really stupid, edgy news stuff. So anything to do with just the most retarded end of the political spectrum, it pushes that as much as it can. And at the cost of good information. So let's say, also it supports clickbait, because it has to do a lot of this for money. But again, Google does censor. Like, if you do something that they don't like, they're not going to say they censor you, but they'll just do it. They'll do it underhandedly, where, okay, oops, you can't do this, or you can't, this is supposed to work, but it doesn't work. But if they don't like it, they're going to censor it. So, yeah, Google, it's like, you can kind of expect, too, that, like, if you think this is what will probably happen, this is what makes sense to happen, even though they say this other thing, that's what's really going to happen, that's what Google's going to do. So, Google is not some great company. I mean, it is what it is. That's basically what it is. So, yeah, Google does censor, and it is what it is.